The first time Evelyn Hargrove climbed my fence, I figured the sun had finally cooked my brain. Mid-June in Central Texas, the kind of heat that makes the air dance above the pasture and turns a man's thoughts to cold beer and shade. I was out in the barn wrestling a busted water trough when the gate latch rattled like a warning shot. Then came the squeak of sneakers on cedar rails. I stepped to the door, and there she was. HOA Vice President Evelyn in a loud floral dress and wedge heels, hoisting herself over like she owned the place. My black Angus bulls, 1,200 pounds apiece, lifted their heads and stared with the lazy interest of animals deciding whether the new arrival was feed, fun, or fool. I didn't move, just watched her dust off her skirt, plant her sun hat back on her head, and march straight across my grass like the county line was a suggestion. Evelyn and I went way back. My ranch sat a quarter-mile outside the brand-new Oak Ridge Meadows subdivision, grandfathered out of their rules when the developers paved over the old wheat field. That never stopped Evelyn from acting like her clipboard granted her dominion over every blade of grass within sniffing distance. She'd been after me for years. The barn was an eyesore, the tractor offended the view, my rooster woke the yoga moms at dawn. I ignored every pastel envelope. Couldn't enforce a thing, and that ate her alive. I strolled out of the barn. Evelyn, you lost or just feeling lucky? She spun, fake smile dialed to 11. Mr. Dawson, I'm inspecting that drainage ditch you rerouted. It's pooling on community property. I laughed. The pool was a stock pond older than her McMansion. You could have phoned. Or knocked. Climbing into a bull pen seems extreme. She glanced at the herd and sniffed. Your gate was locked. Someone has to ensure containment. Right on cue. Thunder, the lead bull, black as midnight and twice as mean, snorted and took a step. Evelyn froze. They're gentle if you don't spook him, I said. These animals are a menace, she hissed. Livestock has no place near families. Good thing I'm not in your neighborhood, then. Thunder lowered his head. Evelyn backed up. Call them off. They're not healers, ma'am. They answer to grain, not gossip. She crossed her arms. You'll hear from the board. Thunder decided conversation was over. One heavy step, then another. Evelyn screamed, bolted, lost both sandals, and hit the fence like a sprinter. Her dress snagged, ripped clean up the seam. I jogged over, still chuckling, and gave her a boost before Thunder got ideas. She landed on the safe side, red-faced and panting. You could have died, I said, leaning on a post. This isn't finished, she snapped, limping to her silver Escalade. Phone already out, dialing Destiny. By supper, Deputy Ramirez rolled up my drive, fighting a grin. Got a call about bulls chasing a trespasser. I showed him the busted latch. He shook his head. We warned her last spring after the rooster incident. She learned slow. Next morning, a crisp HOA envelope waited on my mailbox. Remove hazardous livestock or face legal action. CC'd to half the county. I tossed it on the kitchen counter with the grocery ads. Then I noticed tire tracks by the back gate. Not mine. Trail cam caught Evelyn at midnight, flashlight sweeping the fence, snapping photos like a spy. She tripped over a feed bucket and nearly face-planted in a cow patty. I laughed till my ribs hurt. I printed a sign, livestock area. Trespassers fed TO bulls, and nailed it to the gate. Mostly joke. Mostly. 2 days later, 3 HOA SUVs blocked my road. Evelyn stood center stage, clipboard gleaming, flanked by President Harold, who looked ready to bolt, and a county inspector with a laser toy. I ambled down. Morning. Y'all need directions. We're verifying boundaries, Evelyn announced. Multiple complaints about unsafe proximity. Harold cleared his throat. Just routine, Tom. The inspector measured, nodded, packed up. Fence is legal. Animals tagged and contained. No violations. Evelyn's face went the color of fresh beets. She stormed off. Harold gave me an apologetic shrug. That night, another envelope. Intent to sue for emotional distress. I laughed so hard the dog hid under the porch. I upgraded cameras, added motion alerts. Didn't wait long. 10 p.m., ping. Live feed showed Evelyn unlatching the gate, sneaking in with a notebook. Thunder materialized like a freight train. She shrieked, sprinted, tripped, barely escaped. I saved the clip, printed a still, Evelyn mid-flight, flashlight airborne, and taped it to her lawsuit with a note, smile. You're on candid camera. 3 days of silence. Then a slick lawyer in a cheap suit wanted mediation. I showed him both videos. He left without coffee. Peace lasted a week. Then came the TV crew. Evelyn had rented a flatbed, parked it on the shoulder, and brought a local community watch reporter. She pointed dramatically at my flimsy fence while the camera rolled. See how close these beasts. Thunder ambled over. The reporter whispered, "He's coming this way." Evelyn screamed. Crew scattered. Truck peeled out. Clip hit the internet by dusk. HOA lady versus bull. Guess who won? The backlash was glorious. Facebook exploded. Someone sold t-shirts. Respect the fence or meet thunder. Evelyn retaliated with sock puppet posts, doctored photos, fake mail holds. I took compliance letters to the zoning office. Clerk Ellen stamped them gold and whispered, "Sheriff's got a file on her thick as a phone book." I built a plaque by the gate. Evelyn's Crossing, EST. 2025. Motion sensor mood when anyone passed. Tourists slowed for selfies. Evelyn's next move crossed into felony. Anonymous email. Photos of someone near the fence with a feed sack. Caption. Wouldn't it be terrible if the bulls got loose? I forwarded everything to Sheriff Ramirez. Deputies warned her. Tamper with livestock. Go to jail. 2 weeks of quiet. Then the public meeting. Evelyn's PowerPoint. When livestock threatens suburban harmony. She twisted the viral clip to paint herself victim. Some folks bought it. I got side-eye at the feed store. I attended town hall calm as Sunday. Showed unedited footage, zoning docs, vet records. Council reaffirmed my rights. HOA members apologized in the parking lot. Harold promised a vote to boot Evelyn. She answered with flyers. Unregulated bull breeding endangers children. Code enforcement fined her for littering. Friday night, motion alarm screamed. Camera caught a truck, headlights off. Figure with bolt cutters. Gate swung open. 2 bulls wandered toward the road. I lured them back with sweet feed, heart hammering. Footage was grainy, but the stiff gait was pure Evelyn. Ramirez filed for a restraining order. HOA voted her out, unanimous. She idled her Lexus at the boundary that night, headlights dark. This isn't over, Dawson. You ruined me. You drew the map, Evelyn. Next escalation. 2 a.m. Flare gun. Red arc landed in dry grass. Flames raced. Bulls bellowed. I hosed what I could while sirens closed in. Deputies cuffed Evelyn, still holding the gun. Charges: reckless endangerment, arson, trespass. She made bail, but the HOA disavowed her. Husband filed divorce. House went to foreclosure. 1 month later, drone pinged. White SUV by the creek. Evelyn dumping bleach jugs into the stock pond channel. I floored the truck, caught her wrist mid-throw. We wrestled in the mud until deputies arrived. She screamed, "He destroyed my life." Judge revoked probation. 3 years, no early release. Autumn came. Grass regrew. Bulls fattened. I found her cracked HOA badge in the dirt, hung it in the barn beside a silver locket engraved harmony. Photo inside of a younger, smiling Evelyn. Reminder that control, left unchecked, eats the controller first. Peace settled like dust after a storm. Tourists still ask for selfies with thunder. I wave, say the show's over, and mean it. What about you? Ever watch someone cross a line they can't uncross? Drop your thoughts below, especially on when justice tips into vengeance, and where a man draws the fence between the two.